Don't we just love breaking news? And it's all sorted. And we can tell you that the fee is 92.5 million plus 7.5 million in add-ons. So it'll round up to nearly £100 million. Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle United have reached an agreement for the signing of Sandro Tonali.
So, 85 million yesterday, 100 million today. Will Spurs fans actually recognise their club?
Well, I don't know the 11 against Brentford in the 22nd of August. But what I can tell you is that Tottenham Hotspur needed to do something big. They needed to make changes. Vinay Venkatesham and Peter Charrington spoke about wanting to spend big. They need to spend big. 17th, never again. But obviously, Mike, until it happens, there is scepticism. Heard it all before. But well, they have seriously acted. 85 million for Matheus Fernandes and a deal which will achievable add-ons that will reach nearly 100 million for Sandro Tonali. That is serious money. But Spurs are dining at the top table like they've promised their supporters.
How much has this got to do with De Zerbi?
Big. If Spurs got relegated, the manager's face would be on there and it would be etched in history. Spurs, as big as they are, it would have been a disaster for a manager. But Roberto De Zerbi came in confident week after week after week. I love this squad. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. But when they had that meeting, he wanted control. There is no co-sporting director alongside Johan Langer. Roberto De Zerbi is the most manager Tottenham have had for some time. Players want to play for him. Sandro Tonali from the same region of Italy. It's a massive signing. It's going to be a real new look Tottenham Hotspur. So to reiterate the breaking news, Spurs and Newcastle reach agreement for the signing of Sandro Tonali with a deal which will reach £100 million. But let's not forget, a few hours ago we broke the news that Spurs have agreed a deal with Brighton for the sale of Luka Vuskovic, which will reach £50 million.
Well, that begs my next question, because I was just about to say, people were saying, where Spurs have got the money for this from?
Well, there will be departures. So the first one, Luka Vuskovic, £50 million. Lucas Bergvall was asked to move on. He will be around £50 million, I'm sure, at least. Christian Romero, the club captain, might move on. That'd be a fair fee as well. And Spurs do have money to spend, Mike. They do have money to spend. The argument is that they have spent money before, but the admission is it's maybe on the wages they haven't, and they are doing that now. So they are dining at the top table. So up against Manchester United for Matheus Fernandes, achieved. Up against, there was interest from Manchester City, achieved. So this is a new look Tottenham and an aggressive Tottenham. Yeah, and I need to lie down.
Well, you can't have one yet,
all right,
because you're on this show, and that's with me.
Yeah.
Right. Will Daniel Levy be sitting back going, why wasn't I allowed to do that?
I mean, maybe one day in a book he'll say, I don't know. But I mean, he also was critical of Jan-Paul van Hecke's signing from Brighton, 52 million. But Spurs have gone out and done it, But they do things different. Daniel will have a view. Daniel will say he tried and whatnot. It's just, I think, looking at the future now and looking at what Vinay Venkatesham has promised and what Peter Charrington has promised, they've promised changes, they've promised to spend big, and you have to say they have delivered and some. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that Spurs would be doing anything like this.
Are they done, or are they going again?
They're not done at all. No, they're not done.
So where do they strengthen now?
Left forward, maybe a centre forward if they can. They're not done at all. No, they're not done. But they're done in some areas. The defence looks really solid. I mean, that midfield looks very, very strong now if this gets completed. But no, they are not done. Plenty still to do. It's only July the 1st, isn't it?
It is.
Cool.
Does finishing 17th look like somewhere so far in the past it's a distant memory now?
I think it does now. I mean, it does. And I think it's easy to forget, Spurs were close to relegation near the end, but it's been some few months. And an incredible few months for Tottenham Hotspur supporters. And it's going to be very much a new look side when they face Brentford on August the 22nd.
Just give me an idea of what a Tottenham fan is feeling at the moment.
Elation. Some would say they can't believe this is happening. They're staggered. It's beyond their wildest dreams. They didn't think they didn't think it would be like this. It can't go on like this, can it? It can.
Michael Bridge, thank you very much. So, Matheus Fernandes yesterday, 85 million. Today, a deal agreed for Sandro Tonali from Newcastle for 100 million. Spurs getting serious.
Tottenham have smashed their transfer record after agreeing a deal of around £85 million for Matheus Fernandes. This is a huge coup for Spurs, who have won the race for the West Ham midfielder ahead of Manchester United. And Michael Bridge joins me on set. What are the details of this then?
Well, quite incredible, Bella. Look, we know for the last few weeks, Spurs pretty much went head-to-head with Manchester United for the transfer of Matheus Fernandes from West Ham United. West Ham United were very insistent. We want £85 million for a player they believe is going to be one of the best midfielders in world football. He's only 21 years of age. He's already shown a lot in his short career, impressing throughout. Now, original interest from Manchester United. Spurs, we know for some time, have been interested in Sandro Tonali. But what we do know is that Matheus Fernandes was then interested in Tottenham Hotspur. So it was really a straight fight between Spurs and West Ham United, Manchester United. And it looks as if now that Spurs are going to win the race to sign Matheus Fernandes. Huge breaking news coming out tonight from North London. Spurs have been incredibly busy in the market, and the message is still they are not done yet.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like a real big statement of intent, doesn't it? Just put into context how big a deal this is for Spurs.
Humongous. I mean, Tottenham's record signing before was Dominic Solanke, around £65 million. They'd signed Mohamed Kudus before, which was big value from West Ham United. But look, Spurs at the end of the season, they said, Vinay Venkatesham and the non-executive chairman Peter Charrington said, we realise that mistakes have been made in the past and that they are going to spend big in the next few windows. Well, look, when you hear that, because of previous deals not always going through with Morgan Gibbs-White, Eberici Eze, there has been some scepticism. But the Jan Paul Van Hecke deal, £52 million, that was a real statement of intent. This is a mega statement of intent. Tottenham Hotspur, £85 million. It's a huge deal.
And look, you touched on it, but how significant is it that they have beaten Manchester United to his signature?
Look, Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs in world football. Sir Alex Ferguson, lads, it's Tottenham. Well, it is Tottenham. It's Tottenham this time around, Bella. So, look, Tottenham are not able to offer Fernandes Champions League football. And it'll get heads scratching. You know, people scratching their heads outside of North London and thinking, why Tottenham Hotspur? But what you can also say is that despite not having European football, despite finishing 17th in the last two seasons, they are still able to beat another club to the signing of Matheus Fernandes. Now, Manchester United could argue and say, we think those figures are beyond us. We'll now look elsewhere, which is that what they are going to do? But from Tottenham's point of view, they feel they're signing one of the best young midfielders in the world.
In terms of Sandro Tonali, what would the situation be there? Would they still pursue a deal for him, do you think?
I've heard no different. What I was told over the past few weeks is that it was both. I've not been told otherwise so far. Again, you know, this is that would be another unbelievable statement of intent. We know how well he's done at Newcastle United. We know other Premier League clubs like him as well. The thing is as well, when you are shopping at the high-end market, you expect to have clubs go up against you, and that's what's going to happen. That's what happened with Matheus Fernandes. I think in the past, the criticism with Spurs is they have spent the money on the signings, but maybe not necessarily the wages. And listening to Vinay Venkatesham during last season, there was that admission that Spurs don't always pay the wages. They pay the fee, but not the wages. And with that, maybe they're not dining at the top table. You're dining at the top table here, Matheus Fernandes. That's a fillet steak right there. So we'll wait and see on the next signings. We'll wait and see. But it's been an unbelievable start to the window in the White Hart of North London.
What will Spurs fans be feeling about this and the change of what looks like a change of approach?
I'd have to be impressed. You know, it was, as I say, it was a really tough season last year. If it wasn't for Roberto De Zerbi and his appointment, it could be West Ham buying a player from Tottenham right now, and Tottenham would be in the Championship. And people have to remember this. Roberto De Zerbi there is literally taking, it's minutes after beating Everton. He is going, wow, I need a holiday. I'm taking it all in. I'm exhausted. But for the last few weeks of the season, he was insisting in press conferences Spurs would be okay. But then injury after injury, ACL after ACL, it wasn't looking good. But they got there in the end. But I have to remind Spurs fans, it could have been so different right now, and none of the Senessis, the Andy Robertsons, the Van Heckers, none of them would have been through the door if Roberto De Zerbi's Tottenham didn't stay up. And now, what a difference.
On the flip side, how will United fans be feeling? Because first missing out on Elliot Anderson, now Fernandes.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out over the next day or so Manchester United's view on it. I mean, I can't speak for Manchester United, but the way I would see it is that they would probably say financially they think they might decided that Spurs offered a better package. I've said before that Fernandes, I think, as much as he admired Manchester United, he was keen to stay in London as well. But of course, it's one where Manchester United, Michael Carrick, look, they've got the Champions League next season. They've got double the amount of games next season than they had last season. So it'd be interesting to see where they go from here, because they obviously need to bring in midfielders as well. They had Manuel Ugarte, a terrible injury he suffered at the World Cup. So we know they're looking for midfielders. So the message is pretty clear. We might have the World Cup going on, but we are well underway in this transfer window.
Well underway. In terms of Fernandes, what is he going to bring to Spurs?
Well, he will immediately enhance that midfield. We see what he's like with the ball coming out of play from the defence. I'm told he's pretty good. He's brilliant at pretty much everything. I must say as well, he is still very young. He wasn't at the World Cup, and this is another reason why this deal has been able to sort of happen as well at the moment. So West Ham are due for pre-season training on Monday. Of course, the likelihood is he was never going to attend on Monday. It was either going to go to Manchester United or Spurs. The murmurings we were getting is that this was going to get done by the end of the week. Now, it looks like it's getting done now, and it looks like Fernandes is heading to North London and Tottenham Hotspur, which is honestly, Spurs fans are still shocked by it, Bella. They really will be. And I think our next guest will be just as shocked as well.
Darren and Owen, thank you. It is always him. It is always Harry. England go through thanks to Harry Kane's heroics, and we have another confirmed round of 16 matchup for you. England are going to face Mexico July 5th in Mexico City. Thank you, chaps. Yeah, I did a lot. They don't half make it hard for England fans.
The struggle was real.
You can breathe now, Rebecca. We are with you.
Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. All the England fans watching as well.
We didn't want you to go home. We need you here.
That was a lot.
Moments in an England shirt, but you've just kept them in the World Cup. How on earth does that feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing, to be honest. What a crazy game, obviously. First and foremost, playing against a tough team, well-organised team. Going behind, but kind of after that first hydration break, I thought we upped the level, we looked good. I mean, their keeper made some unbelievable saves in that first half. And it was just about pounding the rock, keep pounding the rock, and our moments will come. We spoke about people having hero moments. It can be anyone in the team. Whether it's me, a save from Pickers, a block from the defenders, whoever it is, we have hero moments. And for me, it was the day.
Your first goal kept England alive, of course, but your second one, that celebration, was the 80-odd minutes of frustration coming out?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to stay patient in these games. The last couple games were very similar, and obviously when you get to knockout football, the pressure is higher, the risk is higher. But we spoke all week just about being ourselves. And from an attacking point of view, it was probably our best game of the tournament so far. Obviously still things to work on for sure, but ultimately these rounds are just about getting through. I think the boss spoke about it before the game. This one and the next one are two difficult games for different reasons. The next one obviously away in Mexico against Mexico, but we're in the part of the tournament where you have to grind wins out, and that's what we've done today.
Special scenes at the end with the fans. They're still singing now, but we also saw you go into a huddle. What did you say to the rest of the squad?
Just told the boys to enjoy it. Sometimes as an England player, when you go through tough games like this and games that you're expected to win, you don't really celebrate how you should. We're the same as every other nation. We're through, so enjoy it. We're in a World Cup. We're fighting for every moment, every little margin. So I want the boys to enjoy it with the fans like we did, and then we go again in 4 days.
And the way England finished that game, then, that has to be something to kick on from, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We spoke even from the Croatia game. The subs will make an impact. We got wingers who are fresh, who are coming into the game and keeping the level even higher. And you saw that again today with B and Ant, just over 90 minutes, we're tough to handle. So, ultimately just pleased for everyone involved, and hopefully we can keep it going.